So here's the motor where we're at right now. Got the whole head off. You can see the damage to that one piston, and here's the broken valve stem, and then messed up head. So aside from this, cam followers, the cam, all that looks really good. The these green striped high lift springs, and my new heads, rebuilt heads, are red green striped high lift springs, so those are good, they'll match. I got the passenger exhaust manifold all cleaned up. I'm gonna paint that and then wrap it with temperature heat wrap. So I'll take this one apart, pull this off, and then I'll do the same thing, blast it. And got this, there's some dents in this guy. I think it was here. I got the dents out of it and it looks really nice, or maybe it was down here, I don't remember. I am going to do something different with the breathers, on this. I didn't like the breather setup that was on it. It was leaking constantly, and the baffles that I made for it made it very difficult to put oil in it. So I'm going to run just a standard screw cap on this, and then I'm going to add a better sealing. I'm going to cut a hole in this and then put an adapter on it to put a filter drain on it or something for a catch can, because I didn't like how that worked. It was a pain in the butt. So got that. Here's the turbo off the passenger side, and I think what I'm gonna do, because it's definitely got some play in it, so I'm gonna replace these. I'm gonna put new turbos on it. I don't know, I think they're just some off-brand, because I can't find any maker mark on it. It has an etched, like hand etched number right here, but aside from that there's no maker mark, so I think they're just some cheap off-brand. I mean, that's what I'm assuming, a cheap off-brand turbo. And you can see, if you can watch that, that's how much play there is in that shaft. There's a lot of shaft play, so I'm going to put new turbos on it. And I am going to intercool it. So once I get all this stuff done, I'm going to end up putting an intercooler in here. I've got room for it. And then I'm going to redo the intake pipe setup for it. I just finished pulling all of the brake system off. So all the HYDROBOOST is off. Obviously the exhaust is off. And next will be pulling the jakes, the spacer, fuel rack. Actually, you know what? I can leave the fuel lines on, because I'm just going to take the whole head off. And then I'm going to have to pull this off. This has to come off or get moved in order to get access to it, I think, just to make it easy. I don't know yet. So we'll pull that off, and then we can pull the head. And yeah, so I just bought a reliable Detroit blower. So it's a natural blower. I'm going to assume that this is a factory turbo blower. I don't know. I bought a natural, so It's my understanding that it'll bolt on just fine. So, and it's supposedly like 15% more volume with a natural. I don't know. Yeah, so we're working on her, getting her cleaned up, just little by little, taking it apart. And once I get this head off, then I'm gonna get underneath it and I'm gonna drop the pan and see what's in the bottom of the pan. There should be piston bits and valve bits. So if that's all that's in their bottom, great. I'm hoping there isn't like little fine metal particles. So we'll see how it goes. But we're making big progress on it. I think once I get the heads off and it'll make it easy to get access to the back of the blower drive, because I'm going to pull the blower off. And the reason I'm going to do that is kind of see if I can show you guys. Look in here. See, oh, there's maybe if I use a rag that would be better. You'll be able to see the oil that's in here. There's a bit of oil in the, you can see all that. So there's some oil on the inside of it. And there was oil down in here. I think this front seal is leaking. There was a bunch of like rag shoved up underneath here when I started taking it apart. And I think one of the previous owners, likely the owner's son, who doesn't know how to work on these things, did that. And so that's part of the reason why. I want to rebuild this engine once. So my thought process behind it is, while it's apart, if I can put a new blower on it with new seals and I don't have to worry about it, I'm going to do that. So, yeah. So we'll try and get as much of this cleaned up. I'm hoping this is just old residual that's leaked from here and leaked from the blower area. I don't know. Try and get as much of this cleaned as I can. And but yeah, I want to rebuild this engine once and not have to do it again for as long as I own it. Because this thing was put in, my understanding, it was put in 2 or 3 years after the truck was made. So in like 76. And I think the motor is a 77, so that would make sense. So about 1977 the motor was put in, I think. I don't know. It's just the information I've gotten. And so it's lasted a long time. And I'm going to assume it hasn't been apart, looking at how it was painted. And what likely happened is the guy painted it outside before he put the motor in, and it was never taken apart. So that's where we're at. So all said and done, I'll have one spare head that's good, a bunch of valve train stuff that's good, and we'll get it all together. So I'm gonna rebuild my thermostat housing, so that's gonna get, I'm gonna take that all apart, replace the thermostats, replace the sending unit, which I believe that one there is for the factory electric sending unit. And then I'm going to repaint that. And again, I'm going to replace the turbos with new turbos. So this thing should be rock solid when it's done. So little by little, I'm taking her apart. So, and that right there is the latest car to the fleet. So pretty cool. But talk about that later. So, all right, back to work. just trying to break it loose. Neither impact gun will break this thing loose. So supposedly the Husky impact is like 700 foot-pounds reverse, but it wouldn't touch this thing. And then I tried Dad's, and that one also wouldn't touch it. So I'm having to break them all loose with my super extendo pry bar. Bam. Supposedly these are 180 foot-pounds torqued. At least that's what the manual specs it to. It's 180 foot-pounds, so. There we go, boys. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. Ow, that felt really good. Where you at, bud? There you are. Alright. Let's move the crane. Oh. All right, that one's on, that one's on. Oops, didn't mean to drop that. There you are. Okay. Suppose, I'm just trying to think of the best place to grab that thing like the other one. The other one, it came out crooked. It wasn't balanced right. So, doing really good at dropping those. That's okay. Pretty sure these are different thread. Yeah. All right, let's pull that out. That's the one with the, those don't go very deep. This one does. Oh, that one's just got a plug in it. All right, well, that one's got plugs, so we're not going to use that. I think we'll just use the water jacket hole for that. Just lift it off of that. Ow. That felt good. Yeah, that should be enough. Maybe. Ow. Not a lot, but I think we're just gonna go with it. There we go. Okie dokie. Yes, Reagan. Okay. I trust you'll figure it out. What?
It's not going to look like what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
And it's probably uneven.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be great. Ooh, don't roll, baby. Spinny spin. Ooh. Okie dokie. Let's have a look-see. Man, these are heavy. Alright. Oops. Let's see here. Yeah, these ones look good. I'm not seeing... I don't see any cracks. So this is still a good head. That's good. Got a good spare head. And shit. Nice and smooth. No weird pits or anything, so that's good. All right. There's 2 heads off. Next will be blower. Just keep taking her down. Ah. All right. What I'll end up doing when I go to assemble the new heads is I'll just take everything off of these, get them cleaned up, these cover plates, get them blasted in the cabinet, and then all the hardware and everything. And then I will paint the heads. And I'll do that when I paint the valve covers and paint the blower when I get that. But that way I can also make sure I'm putting plugs in where the plugs need to be, fittings where the fittings need to be, and I can have everything set up the way it was when I took it apart, which is the biggest thing, making sure that that gets done. So we'll just do this. Just because it makes sense. All right. Yikes. All right, there we go. There's that. And then this goes on those. Like that. And like that. I think what I'm going to do now is clean up the tools. Do a little job site cleanup and then assess my next step. So I'll be back.